Hello there, awesome viewers! Get ready to dive into the world of creativity as I unveil 15 mind-blowing farm combinations in Minecraft. And that's not all! I'll also guide you through the steps of how to build your very own automatic crafting crafter. Trust me, it will make sense in a bit. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and maybe ring the bell if you want to get notified whenever I post a new video, and let's get the automating party started! Okay, so here we have our first combination of two farms. One that makes iron and one that makes wood, which is gonna be a little bit harder to make because it needs TNT, but whatever. You're gonna need this farm for the next farms because this farm makes hoppers. So we have wood that goes into this chest and then goes down into the crafter and makes planks. Then the planks go into this chest, and from this chest into the second crafter, which makes another chest, and then goes into this crafter, which makes a hopper with the iron from the iron farm. So the redstone contraption should be like this, as you can see on the screen. So if you press the button, this will activate first, will craft the chest, and the chest will be pushed into the other crafter, and then you will have a hopper. Okay, so for our second farm we need 4 different farms. One that produces wheat, one that produces milk, which is gonna be manually gathered, and one that gathers eggs. So eggs go into this chest, which goes into this crafter, then milk goes down into this crafter again, wheat goes again into this crafter, and then we have sugarcane, which goes into this crafter and gets crafted in sugar, which then, as you might have guessed already, it goes into this crafter and makes a cake. Also, you should need the item sorter for the buckets, because as you can see, if I press the button here, it gives the cake, but also gives 3 buckets, as you can see, and the cake. Okay, so quick intervention. The filter that you need to build is one that looks like this. I'm gonna leave a link for how to build this in the description. I did not come with this idea of the filter, it's not mine, I'm just showing it to you. So the crafter will go into here with, let's say, a cake, and because the crafting recipe of the cake drops empty buckets, you'll need a filter. So you press the button, the crafter does its thing, then you get the cake in here, in this chest, and then the buckets will come down here, and you can collect them here. If you have the farm set up like this, it will kind of mix up the items, but I have a solution for this. So first of all, before I show you the full contraption, I'm gonna show you how it's done with like one set of items. I'm gonna show you in a second how it's made, but this contraption makes so that you can add any items in here. Let's grab some bones and make bone meal by placing the bones in here, like this, or you can just shift click. And then it will go into this barrel, then into the hopper and into the crafter if you press this button. And it will craft it, but wait, you need to press it a second time before you start the farm working normally, and it will give you bone meal. And then you can press it again and it keeps giving you bone meal. Hello button, thank you. Keeps giving you bone meal. So a thing, I added it to this machine. If the hopper or the dropper are full, the light is turned off. So if it's off, then it's crafting and you can press the button to craft more. Also, if the lever is up, then you can craft it. But if the lever is down and or the light is on, this means that the contraption is turned off and you need to refill it with the item of your choice. Also, this part of the contraption can be duplicated, and let's say you want to make a red candle. You go ahead and drop the candles either here or here, and the red dye, in my example, here or here. Do not mix the items, like if you placed red dye here, only place red dye here. And if you have candles here, then drop the candles here. Okay, so as you can see, the light is turned on. Let's turn it off, and this means that the contraption can craft, and you can press the button once. This will drop the items in the crafter, and here you go, you have a red candle, and you can press the button again and you have a red candle, as I said. Okay, so let's take it step by step. How do you build this? So there's a link in the description to the guy that come up with this idea. This is not my idea of contraption, but the guy in the video didn't show how you need to build it, so I'm gonna show you how to build it. So first you need to place like 3 blocks of your choice. Just don't pick blocks that can be picked up by Enderman. So I picked here green concrete. So you have a button, you place it here. Then you have redstone, you place it here, and then you have the crafter next to these 3 blocks, and you need redstone on it. Do not place redstone here because you'll need to place a repeater here and then a comparator that goes to the left into the button, and then you need another comparator that goes into this comparator, and this comparator needs to have in the back of it a crafter with 8 out of 9 slots disabled. And then after you build this, next to it, like it's here, like this next to it, so do not leave a gap here, just place this here into the left. I don't know why I built it like this, but whatever. So again, 2 blocks like this diagonally, and a dropper that's facing you, and a hopper on top of it, and in the back you'll have a redstone torch and redstone dust like this. And next, over this part of the contraption, you need a barrel, a hopper that goes to the left or into the crafter with redstone on top. Then you need a redstone repeater which goes into the hopper, and then another redstone repeater that goes from the redstone dust into this block, and a comparator that goes from the hopper into this block that has the torch on it. Also, if you want to, you can connect a line of redstone that goes into a lamp and lever to, just so you know, you can turn on and off the contraption, as the guy in the video said. And also, if you want to get notified whenever I post a new video, a light, or you can place a note block perhaps to get notified whenever the contraption is off or needs to be filled with items, like in the example that I did here. So, going into the bigger things, you can repeat this part of the contraption 9 more times. A 10th time would be useless because the crafter only has 9 slots, so yeah, ignore that. So to make a cake like I showed you in the example at the second combined farm, you'll obviously need 3 buckets of milk, 1 sugar, 1 egg, another sugar, and then 3 wheat. So the items will be placed exactly like this. This is the first row from the crafter, this is the second row of the crafter, and this is the third row of the crafter. Unfortunately, in this snapshot, if you place the items like this, somehow they go into the hoppers and switch places or mix up, and then you'll get, I placed papers like in the slot 1, I placed paper here, slot 2 paper number 2 here, paper number 3 here, and so on. And then I activated the contraption, and would you look at that? Number 1, oh, it works. Number 1, again, it doesn't work. Number 1 again. Number 7, 7, 3, 9, 4, 8, and this mixes up again. So like if I press it again, I mean, I need to pull up the papers, whatever, it doesn't go in the correct order, it gets mixed up forever. Just in this snapshot of 1.21, so maybe Mojang will fix this issue, I hope. Also, if you want a smaller contraption with just 1 crafter and a light to notify whenever the crafter is not full, if you can see here, if I place a block here, nope, here, the light will turn on, but if I get it out, the light will turn off and the ice will melt anyway. So I can show you behind the scenes. What happens is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 redstone dust placed like this. Also you need a comparator. As you can see, if I pull out an item from here, the light turns off because this redstone will deactivate and the signal will not travel into this repeater because of the comparator. But if I place the block here, the redstone signal will reach the 9th redstone dust and the repeater and then the light. And it's pretty easy if you ask me, just look at this and do it like this. Here's the crafter, here's the lamp, and there you go. So as a third contraption we have just 1 iron farm, which should be separated in 1, 2, 3, 4 crafters, so that you have, if you press this button, a full iron armor. So every time you run out of armor, you can press the button and the contraption will spit out iron armor. So here's how you can make them. Oh, it's obvious because if you know the crafting recipe, then you can just disable these slots. Also, the redstone contraption is like this. You have a button with a repeater that goes into a block of your choice, that goes into a torch, with a redstone signal that goes up here, which then goes into this slab, and then another slab here and 1 slab here. So every crafter is connected to this redstone signal. Pretty easy if you ask me. Our fourth combination of farms is a little bit complex, but not more complex than the farm with the cake. Anyway, you have iron farm, which goes into the crafter, which also goes into this crafter, and you'll see why, just look at this. Okay, so from there it goes through here, and you'll need a bamboo farm first to make sticks. So bamboo goes in here, you make stick, then the sticks go into this crafter and you make a tripwire hook with planks, sticks and iron ingots coming from there. Also, I forgot, you'll also need a wood farm here that goes into this crafter. So it's not just 1, 2, 3 farms, it's a 4th farm, the wood farm, which goes into this crafter, as I said, and makes a tripwire hook. And then you need the spider farm that gets you string, and you'll make a crossbow. So in order for this to work, you need to first place like at least 1 item in every slot, so that the crafter or the hopper that sends the items into this crafter will place the items correspondingly. So again, the redstone contraption is like this: a repeater with 0 ticks into this block or just directly into the crafter, a repeater with I believe it's with 2 ticks into this crafter, and a repeater with 3 or 4 ticks into this crafter. So you press the button, first it activates this, First it activates this crafter, which crafts sticks, then this crafter, which crafts a tripwire, which then spits the item into this crafter, which makes a crossbow, as you can see. Okay, so moving on again with an iron farm combined with a bamboo farm, which needs to make sticks that go then into this crafter, which will make an iron axe forever. It's pretty easy, this contraption too, because you need a redstone repeater with 1 or 0 ticks, then a redstone repeater with maybe more than 1 or 0 ticks, and then you press the button and what you see, it gives you a iron axe. An iron axe, not a iron axe, what? Then again, maybe you can separate the iron farm in 2 parts and the bamboo farm again in 2 parts, and then the same contraption basically, and with just a different recipe, you can make an iron pickaxe. So press the button and then you get an iron pickaxe. So coming in our 7th spot, we have a wood farm and a string farm, which you can get either from spiders or from this contraption that duplicates the strings, which then the strings will go into a crafter that makes out of string white wool. Then the wood turns into planks here, and then the planks get pushed into this crafter, which makes you beds. So again, the contraption is really easy. You just need a redstone repeater that goes into this crafter with 1 or 0 ticks, and then again a repeater that goes into this crafter with 1 or 0 ticks, and then a repeater that goes into this crafter, which makes the beds, with 3 or 4 ticks. So you press the button, this to activate, and you get a white bed. So our 8th farm is kinda complicated because you need to make a duping sand contraption, which I'm gonna show you in a second on the screen, which will dupe the sand. Then you need to bring the sand from the end into the overworld. Then you'll need a creeper farm, which will bring you gunpowder, and then you can make TNT. Spot number 9, we have a combination of 3 farms, one that's not AFK, it's kind of manually. You need a shovel and many gravel blocks, which you might need to dig yourself and place them here. Anyway, flint farm, a bamboo farm, which goes into a crafter and it makes sticks. Then a chicken farm, which will need a filter, because if you kill the chickens you'll have feathers and raw chicken, which you don't need for this crafting recipe. And you have arrows for your crossbow. Again, the contraption, this needs to be the last powered block, and this needs to be the first one. So you press the button and you get arrows for your crossbow. Combination number 10. You need bamboo farm, sugarcane farm, which goes into a crafter and then makes paper. Then you get leather and meat from the cows, which will need a filter, so you can get only the leather to go through here. And then you'll make books, just like this. Again, this box needs to be the last one powered by the button or lever or whatever you want, but the button is the best here. And this needs to be the first one. So this crafts paper and then pulls the paper into this crafter. And so you get a book. Our 11th farm with the auto crafter will be a slime ball farm, which you can mix into slime blocks. So you just press the button and there you go. So combination number 12, we need a garden farm that drops prismarine shards, and a squid farm which drops ink sacs, which you need to craft into black dye. And then if you press the button, that again needs to be connected with redstone dust and redstone repeaters like this. This is the last block that needs to be powered. This is the first. So you press the button and you get dark prismarine. Hello? Why are you flying there? Anyway, our next combination is a combination between carrot farm and gold nugget farm, which you can get in the nether, but you can also get it into the overworld. So again, there's no need for other crafters, you just need one crafter, which is fed with carrots and gold nuggets. Then you get a golden carrot. So you press this button and you get a golden carrot. Yummy. Okay, next we need not an ender chest farm, but we need a ender pearl farm, so enderman farm, rather I could say. It's fed into this crafter, but the other farm needs to be a blaze farm, which drops blaze rods, which goes into this crafter and you make blaze powder, which gets powered first and then gets pushed into this crafter, and you press the button and you have Eyes of Ender. Where's the ender portal? It's in that direction. Oh no, it broke. Oh well. So our last combination of farms, which might be the best one, is maybe, as you can expect from the thumbnail, is an automatic firework farm. So you need a creeper farm and a sugarcane farm. Goes into a crafter, which crafts the sugarcane into paper, and the gunpowder dust gets sent into this crafter. And so if you press this button, you get fireworks. Nice. Oh, just 3? Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Yeah. Whee! Nailed it.